Southwest Mock, E-Science Paper 1, 2026 session. The question says a process that takes place at constant pressure is described as A. Isothermal process, B. An isochoric process, C. An isobaric process, D. An adiabatic process. So let's look at these processes very briefly. The first one is isothermal. What is an isothermal process? Well, the word thermal, as you can see there, means heat. So whenever you see thermal, just think of heat. And generally the word iso means the same, okay? The same. So when we say iso and thermal, we are saying that the temperature does not change. So this is a process that takes place without the change of temperature. We can have the slow expansion of a gas, for example. Temperature does not change. Next, you have an isobaric process. An isobaric process is one that happens at constant pressure. The word bar, you can see the word bar inside isobaric, this is it here, refers to pressure. Pressure is measured in bars on the barometer, okay, barometer bar. So when you see isobaric, think of pressure, okay. An example of this process is boiling water in an open pot. If you keep a pot of water open as you are boiling the water, the pot will continue to be at a pressure of 1 atmosphere or at atmospheric pressure. After the isobaric process, you have an isochoric process. And the word core comes from, as core, comes from choros, which means volume. So an isochoric process is one where the volume does not change. Okay? So there is no net work done on the surroundings because when a substance begins to expand, it does work on its surroundings. But here, no work is being done on the surroundings. So we talk about an isochoric process. The volume remains constant, so there is no change in volume. Delta V in this case is zero. Okay, delta V in this case is zero. And lastly, you have an adiabatic process. An adiabatic process, you see the word adiabatic has this is adiabatic. It has this prefix A here, and this A here means the opposite of something or not to allow something. So this is a process that happens where heat does not exit or enter the system. There is no heat exchange with the surroundings. So here, cure is equal to zero. Cure refers to heat gained or heat lost. So in an adiabatic process, heat does not enter or leave the surroundings. Okay, so this is an overview. So in this case, therefore, the question was asking for a process that takes place at constant pressure. What is the answer? Well, the only process here that takes place at constant pressure is an isobaric process.